Welcome back everyone, SweetBattlescars again. I am back with another unboxing video. Today we're gonna look at the Capcom figure builder Monster Hunter Standard Model Plus Volume 1. So this is the first volume in that new category that they're introducing now with the plus next to it. So it's essentially a continuation of the figure builder series, but now with the plus logo on it, and the figures look roughly the same. We do get fewer figures per volume, and the size, and in some versions the size might seem a little different. Like in the Rage version, the monsters seem awfully large, but maybe that was just me, or maybe that was just that volume. In any case, we have volume 1 in the Monster Hunter Standard Model Plus. And as you guys can see, my box got a little wrecked during shipping. The exterior box where it came was completely destroyed, so I don't know what happened, and it's a shame that this box is a wreck also. But if I wanted to return it for a better looking one, it would take a few other weeks, maybe even a month, more than a month, because it has to go back to Japan and then shipped back to me. So I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Just deal with it. I'll keep the box, and fortunately I'm pretty sure the figures inside are okay. The boxes inside suffer very little damage. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox all of these figures, and as you guys can see, I've already checked the figures. Yeah, they're all okay, and we are gonna take a look at this new volume here. What's actually not so new, it was released on December of 2014, just a couple of months ago, and yeah, so just a couple of months ago, and I just got it now for my collection. And here is the first figure, and this one comes with actual base. An extra base, sorry. It's an actual base, of course, but it's an extra base, and that's because this set comes with a bonus figure. So you guys can see that it comes with 6 boxes. We get 6 monsters out of this volume, but we get a bonus monster for a total of 7. So we'll see what that bonus monster is. So first up, we have the Brute Tigrex. Here we have him. Here, he looks pretty good. I'm gonna let my camera focus so you guys can admire it. So again, I don't know if it's just me or not, but they seem to have a different sheen on them. You guys can see that they're finished a little better than before, and I have a figure to compare it to, so you guys can see what I mean. So I'm gonna put this one together and show you exactly what I mean by slightly different finish on it. And I think it's just some finishing touches. I'm gonna move my camera slightly so you guys can see it better. And of course, Tigrex, or Brute Tigrex, gets its own base. So let's see if I can make this mechanical joint lock, and there we go. Nice and locked. And what's nice about these modular bases is that they have all of these holes here, so you can really put Tigrex anywhere, pretty much. So you can have them like that, and there you go. That's all it takes. He doesn't have any sort of support on the sides. Not that I don't think I saw one. So I don't think I saw a support, so he just stands like so, but I think it's okay. He doesn't really fall over, but you guys can see that he's standing on only 2 legs, so his body does move side to side a bit, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. It's not a heavy figure or anything like that. So I'm gonna bring in the Brute Tigrex from a different volume, or at least this is the coloration is a little different, and I think this is the Brute Tigrex. My memory might be failing me, but I think it is. I think they're both the same. If not, I'll put a correction in the an annotation or something. I'll correct myself. But here you guys go. You guys can see that the color, I guess you could say, is a little more accurate on this volume here, on the plus, on the standard plus now that we have. And this is from a previous volume, and you guys can see that he's not as shiny as this one is. He's got a very fine finish on it, a very glossy finish also. You can see it on his wings there. The other Tigrex does not have it. It's a very slight sheen, very satin, whereas this one is almost like a semi-gloss here. So in terms of paint, also this has a lot more detail. In terms of texture, even, I think this is just a lot more detailed than that one. So I think this is why they're calling this version now the Standard Plus, or whatever they call it. I think it just has to do with Standard Model Plus is what they call it. I think it just has to do with the way they finish the figures, and yeah, they look very nice. It's very subtle, but I do have to say that the new version, the new Standard Model Plus, does have a little more detail than previous volumes. So you guys can see there more comparison. It's very subtle, but you guys can see, especially on the wings, you see they have a lot more detail in the way they've sculpted the wing here and the way they've colored it. So a little close up there to show you what I mean. There you go. It's nice and focused, so you guys can see that glorious detail. This one, you know, has a little less detail, not so much. So there you guys go. That's the difference, and the color is, you know, the color is better on this one, in my opinion. I like it a lot better on this one. So this one is also the Tigrex, Brute Tigrex, as we saw it in 3 Ultimate. So that might have something to do with it also. I think that's from a volume when only 3 Ultimate was out. So I'll check on that anyway, though. And if I'm wrong, I'll put a correction on the screen. So here we go. Next box, we're going to set Tigrex to the side, and we're going to get to the next box. And of course, we have an extra. Keep that in mind. We have the parts for our bonus monster. So, okay. Here's obviously a bonus part for our bonus monster, and it's a clear yellow plastic. So now we know that they've given us a bonus clear version of a monster. So alright, we'll see what monster it is. You know, Capcom always does that. They do like clear versions of monsters, and they call them like bonus or something. Just like the figure, the Gore Magala figure that we got in the collector's edition of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate here in the States. It's exactly the same, you know, with clear plastic and all that. Alright, so enough about that. In this box, we have the Tiger Striped Zamtrios. I think that's what it's called, right? The subspecies. Yeah, Tiger Striped Zamtrios with the Z, sorry. I was mumbling there. So you guys can see that obviously he's the subspecies for the Zamtrios, and he's got that awesome, you know, paint job here with the stripes on him. So we are gonna put them together. Yeah, I gotta say the Tiger Stripe Zamtrios looks pretty awesome. I bet his armor is gonna look awesome too in the game. I still have to check it out. At this point, I haven't had much time to play, so I haven't gotten to him yet in the game, in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And of course, he was introduced in Monster Hunter 4G in Japan and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate here in the West. So he's a very, very recent monster, very new, very fresh, fresh Zamtrios meat. Okay, his legs are very snug. Took a while to put them together, but there you go. There is our Tiger Stripe Zamtrios. Even getting them on the base is a little bit of a challenge. Oh, and I did it wrong. All of his pegs have to be on the... And his leg fell off, of course. Alright, bear with me here as I try to put them back together. There we go. Yeah, his legs are really snug. Alright, he's kind of tricky to put on the base here. I can do it, though. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Finally, oh, he's really solid on there. He ain't going anywhere. He's really not going anywhere. It took some effort, but he is standing very solidly on his base. Is that even a word, solidly? He's standing very well, very solid on his base. There he is. Obviously, like I said before, obviously, I can't believe it. Okay, of course, as you can see, is, you know, That's a better phrase. As you can see, his paint job is very cool, very awesome. I really love those stripes that they've put on him. He looks very good as a figure. And he has the same pose as regular Zamtrios from a previous volume in the Figure Builder series. And I, of course, have him here so you guys can compare. So it's exactly the same cast, but where this one, of course, you know, they really went all out in the paint job. I mean, even in his tail, you guys can see that this Zamtrios does have a little. I mean, he doesn't have stripes and all that, and he has a little bit of the less detail, slightly less detail. But you can see that even in the shading and the way they've painted the tail on this one, on this guy, he's very nicely detailed. Whereas this one has barely any shading. This one has a lot more. You guys can see the highlights and the shadows there. So yeah, this model has been improved. Obviously, it's a subspecies, but they really did a great job with the paint job. He has a lot more detail than this guy does. You can see also on his arms with those little fins there. This one has a lot more detail there. So again, it might have to do with the fact that this is a subspecies. Maybe it just has more detail, but very nice. Again, the pose is exactly the same. It's exactly the same cast. But you guys can see here, this is your standard figure builder base, the round base. And this is that new modular base that they're introducing with this new standard model plus version. So there is Zamtrios, of course, new to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Very awesome monster. We're gonna set him aside there. We're gonna make some room here. Gonna try to speed it along here. I'm taking a little bit more time than I thought. Next figure is... Oh. Sorry, dropped this. Here is the bonus part for our figure, and I can already tell who it is, but I'm gonna save that to the end. In this figure, we got the head. Next up, as you guys can see here, is the title Nerra, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering its name. Nerra, whatever, however you pronounce it. But this subspecies, again, a new monster introduced in Monster Hunter 4, and then the subspecies, as this is what this figure depicts. The title Nerra was introduced in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, so brand new monster. He's very heavy, he's very big. There you go, it just came in 2 pieces. So it just takes a very minimal assembly. But there you guys have it. Very cool, I really like this figure. Very nice and colorful. Full of detail, of course. Very bright colors. Although, you know, all that purple and red and yellow, really, it's really a rainbow, this one. Wow, lots of color. But nevertheless, very nice figure. I'm actually really liking this. I'm digging it. You know, I normally wouldn't like, you know, bright colors like this, but I like it on this figure. It looks very nice. So there is the title Nerra, the subspecies to the Nerra introduced in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the figure. Very nice, you know, paint job. Lots of colors to deal with here, so I think they've done well dealing with all of these colors. It's very nicely done, very clean lines. The cast again is flawless, as we've come to expect from these figures. Very nice, very good size actually. It's very big. It's very heavy. I mean, not extremely heavy, but he's pretty heavy. And I have the regular Nerra from a previous volume also here to compare. So as you guys can see, exactly same cast, same pose, just different paint job. Of course, different base also. Standard figure builder base. New modular base. So there are the 2 Nerras, and just for comparison, this one also has very nice detail on him. I think they did a really good job with the way they've painted this guy. So you know, I think they continued that on this one. It's hard to see because of all the colors. He's just crazy with colors. He's littered with colors, but it's still a nice figure. So we're gonna set him aside there. Move on to the next. Of course, we have our bonus figures there. I'll keep them on the side there in mind. Keep them in mind. Next figure. Okay, here is our bonus part. Looks like a tail or a body, I guess. Next up is the young Garuga. It's a very tiny monster, very tiny figure, I should say. He does require some assembly. His wings are separate. There's one. There's another. And it comes with a base and a little peg for support. So here is the young Garuga. Put his wings together here. Sorry, I took it off camera there for a bit because it's hard to see with the camera between me and the figure. There is the young Garuga. Very cool figure. I really like the detail on his wings. I'm digging all that detail. There, my camera focus, and you guys can see all of that nice detail and very nice paint job, very nice shading. Lots of details on him as well. We can see a lot of brushwork on his back there. Some slight airbrushing on his wings, the bottom as well. His face is nicely rendered. There we go. Very cool. He's very flexible too. You know, nothing on him is gonna break unless you really try to break it. His wings are super flexible. You guys can see that nothing is really fragile. I like that they give us this very flexible plastic so that we don't go breaking these things. And he has a little indentation there on the side, and that's for his base. And there you go. He stands on his base like that with the support. Very cool monster. We're gonna set him aside there. Next up is, sorry, and I'm trying to speed it along a bit. Gotta get through one more after this. This is the Mono Blows, and this is actually very awesome. This monster is making a comeback from the very first game. Actually, he's one of the oldest monsters in the series. He first appeared in the original Monster Hunter in 2004. So yeah, he's one of the oldest monsters. He's one of the original monsters in the roster. And so I'm happy to see him back in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And I'm happy to see a nice figure made of him. So there's his wing, and I'm gonna put his legs on him. Again, sorry, I'm gonna have to take it off camera slightly, just so I can put them together efficiently. There we go. And I really like this figure. This one might be my favorite in this volume. He's really cool. Very awesome monster. This is my first Mono Blows figure. I don't have any, not even from the old figures that they used to release. Not the figure builder, but the older ones. I forget what they were called, but they they were not in the Capcom figure builder series. But actually, I don't know if there's really. I think there's a tiny figure of him in some other series, but I don't think I've ever seen a. I've never seen a figure of him in the figure builder series. So very cool, very nice to see him. You guys can see that they really did him justice. You can see a nice big horn there, and his face looks very cool. I'm gonna put him on the base so you guys can, so I can hold it better, and you guys can really appreciate all of the detail. There we go. There are the wings. You guys can see nice paint job there on the wings. Lots of airbrushing there, and I really like that semi-gloss finish on him. He's very glossy. Detail on his tail. Very nice paint job. Very cool. And I like the pose a lot too. I'm looking up in the sky, with his horn. I like him a lot. Very cool monster. There he is. So very nice. Nice to see him back in the game. So again, coming back from the original Monster Hunter 2004, they brought him back. Monster Hunter 4. So last stop here. I'm gonna move these boxes aside so we can have some more room here. There you go. We have our bonus pieces there, and we've got a brand new monster here. This is the Sergio's. I hope again I'm not butchering his name. Sergio's, maybe Sergio's. It sounds like Sergio, but it's Sergio's maybe. That's probably the correct way of saying it. It's the Sergio's. And he is a brand new monster in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. He was not even in Monster Hunter 4. So he was introduced in Japan in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and he is very shiny, very golden. So he was introduced in Monster Hunter 4 G. And of course we get to see him now in the West, in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And this is a very nice figure, guys. I like him a lot as I'm putting them together. It is very, very nice. He's actually bigger than I thought too. Very cool. So he comes with a little peg here for support. Trying to find the right angle, but I guess we don't really have one, so. Alright, put him on the base. He's kind of flying off to the side there, as we have seen him in the game. But you can see that he's got a very nice metallic silver paint on his lower part, his lower portion, and a very metallic gold paint on the rest of his body, on his scales. He's very, very cool, and I really like the detail that they've given him on his wings. You guys can see him there, like a cross hatch pattern with nice, paint strokes there. He's a nice figure. I like it. Again, new monster in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I have to admit, I'm not that far yet in the game either. I haven't fought him. I know a lot of people have, fought him plenty of times already, but it just takes me a little more because I'm playing other games currently. Still playing The Witcher 2. Off topic, anyway. Focus on Monster Hunter. Very nice figure. Very cool cast. Very nice paint job. His wings are... These pieces are so snug that they're kind of difficult to really piece together, but there we go. I guess there's a little bit of the line there that's visible, but not a problem. So there is the Sergio's. I'm gonna call them Sergio's because it sounds cool. And the bonus parts, I'm gonna set these guys aside so you guys can see them in the background. All of the monsters in this volume 1. Again, it's kind of late because it's been out for a few months, but we're gonna open the bonus pieces. And this is a clear version of Sergio's. If you guys haven't, I guess it's kind of hard to see it on camera, but it's the Sergio's, the clear version. So he's yellow, very yellow. I guess they couldn't do golden again, so they went with a yellow scheme. So he requires a lot of assembly. I'm gonna put his head on first. There's his head. There's one of his legs. There we go. Where's the other one? I haven't even opened it. Open it. He looks like Jello. Yeah, he very much looks like Jello. Look at that. I mean, that's gotta be, or a gummy bear. It's a gummy Sergio's. That's what Capcom has given us. Okay, and on this one, the parts are very snug as well. I guess that's a good thing. You don't want him falling apart on you. Yeah, these parts are so snug. Sorry, I'm gonna take them off camera just for a second. Just bear with me here for a little longer. I think I've got it. There you go. Finally. All the parts are snapped together, and you can see it there. The light is really playing with the clear plastic. It's a nice figure. It's okay. Let's compare it to the original Sergio's. I don't think there's much of a comparison. The paint job on the original Sergio's is very awesome, very epic. This one's just a clear version. So I guess you know, like I said, Capcom does this a lot. They give us clear versions of monsters, so I guess we need them. So yes, yay! Thanks Capcom, because we really wanted a clear version of Sergio's. And he's gonna go on his base. Like so. There they are. Original Sergio's, clear yellow version Sergio's. Again, thanks Capcom. So I guess it's nice to have a bonus figure, even if it's just a clear version of one. Would have been nice to get an actual, you know, a different monster, not just one. It's the same, exact same cast, exact same pose, just different material in the casting. Anyway, so there you guys go. I don't want this video to get too long. It's already kind of long enough. So there is this unboxing, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. This has included monsters that we are now seeing in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I hope you guys are enjoying that game. I'm enjoying it a lot, and at the moment. So again, these are all monsters from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next unboxing video. And I'll see you guys next time.